Welcome back to New York City, everybody. My name is Todd Brandon Morris. I'm the founder of Outfit, and on today's episode of Inside of the Warehouse, we're talking about t-shirts. So we're going to be discussing the three pros or the three advantages to screen printing versus direct-to-garment. If you're not familiar with both of those terms, a real quick summary is going to be this. When you're screen printing a t-shirt, you're going to provide your artwork. Your printer is going to put that artwork onto a screen. The t-shirt is going to go onto a table. They pull the screen down, the ink goes over the design work, they pull it up, swing it around, and then work on the next shirt. DTG or direct to garment is going to be very similar to printing like on a piece of paper. So you're going to take that t-shirt, put it onto a board, you're going to run it through the machine, and then it's just going to go over it and print it. So there's advantages and disadvantages to both of them. Today, we're going to be talking about the three advantages to screen printing. All right, advantage number one. You will get design assistance from most screen printers. So the place that we use, for example, Forever Fierce, we've used them since the beginning. I started Outfit in 2014, didn't launch the apparel line until about 2017, but from 2017 to present, they've been our only provider. So we love them. Great customer service, great products. Any issues get resolved immediately. So if you're looking for a screen printer, you can go ahead and find their information down in the description and maybe up here in the corner if I remember. But back to screen printing. So first one is going to be design assistance. A lot of us I know when I started, I didn't have a lot of work in using maybe Adobe Illustrator or other design programs. You have to buy those programs, Adobe Illustrator. Now you can get it on a monthly rental free or subscription free, but still somewhere between $35 to $50 a month. So you either need to buy it, teach it to yourself, and then design the artwork. Or you need to outsource it and pay someone to design the artwork and then send that over. Where a lot of bigger screen printing places will have in-house design to help you do that. So that's super important that you don't have to either teach yourself or incur those other costs. I will say though, you should probably know you don't necessarily own that artwork. A lot of companies are going to charge a artwork release fee if you want to actually get the file so you can go use it somewhere else. But you did save the money in the subscriptions and the paying someone else. So if you do need one here and there, it probably is gonna be around like $250, which is pretty comparable or pretty reasonable compared to what you would be paying if you were doing it yourself. Okay, so they're gonna give you design help. That's important because you may not have the skills or the resources, but it's also important because the t-shirt printing facilities know what prints well and what doesn't print well. So you can bring them designs that to you may look like a great t-shirt, but isn't gonna print so well, so they're never gonna be drawing up designs that aren't gonna look nice on the shirt, particularly using the screen printing process. Another advantage of having the screen printing facility do the artwork for you is that they are going to place it, they're going to size it correctly onto your apparel. I have, over the years, even though we started with screen printing, I have still tried over the years to try to see if I can move some of the apparel over to DTG. There are some advantages I would like to take advantage of. Not having to have a warehouse is definitely one of them for maybe the less popular designs. One of the challenges that you're going to discover if you do go that route is that you're just uploading a design and you're putting it into this program and you're just kind of eyeballing it. There's really no guarantee of where that's going to be and how it's going to print out. The only way you're going to know is if you buy a shirt off of yourself and have it shipped to you. I have done that. I've spent thousands of dollars using different ones, most of the big ones, names that you would recognize. And there's a lot of just challenges, a lot of issues that came along the way when I would get the shirt, what I thought it looked like on the screen, and then what it ended up printing. And the thing is if you're not using a screen printer, but you're using direct to garment and they're doing the shipping for you, you never actually see the apparel that goes out to your customer. So you're never going to actually know what they're getting. And I know that all of them say they have quality control, but I have boxes up here of ones that I had shipped to myself that have issues after issues after issues. I've had apparel shipped to me from my name, from Outfit, and it's not even our artwork. It's somebody else's artwork. Or the artwork is in the wrong place, or it's on the wrong apparel, or there's just a lot of issues. And you put a lot of work into getting that customer into designing those shirts, and so it's just so disappointing to at the very last step let a fulfillment center that's using DTG ruin the relationship, or at least challenge the relationship, because they're shipping out something's wrong and either the customer just accepts it and doesn't tell you, or they do reach out and then you have to deal with all those customer service issues. The next advantage or the next pro is maybe one of the biggest ones for us here at Outfit, and that's going to be volume discounting. Okay, so you've decided to start a t-shirt company, you're making some t-shirts. If you want to use direct to garment, you don't actually have to buy any shirts up front because they print them on demand and send them out, which sounds like a great solution, pretty cost effective, and less work on your part. Here's the challenge. The volume discounting that you get available through screen printing is going to be able to drive your prices per unit down the more that you buy. So I'll give you an example. This Proud design that you see behind me, that's the first shirt that we made. 2017, that was the first shirt. It was in gray. This gray color here was the first one that we made. And so to get about 75 units is going to cost you about $1,000 when it includes all the costs in covering shipping. So it ends up breaking out to be, I think it was probably around $15 a t-shirt. All right. For me to print the same shirt using DTG, I have two print areas. I have a print area design on the front, and then I have a print area where we put our name on the sleeve. That shirt, just to print the shirt, is going to cost me around $22 to $23. And then for them to ship it out is going to cost another $4 to $5. So now that takes me up to, let's say it's 23 plus 4, that's going to take us to $27. We retail these at $29.95. So the revenue that you're actually going to get isn't going to be that much. You also got to think you're going to pay another $1 or something for credit card processing fees. For the screen printing, the more you're printing, the more that price goes down. For DTG, the price always stays constant. And it makes sense if you kind of think about it. When you're screen printing, briefly explained this before, they put the design on the screen. They actually have like 5 or 7 t-shirts on flat boards. They pull down the screen, pull over the ink, pull it up, swing around the next shirt, and then do that again. So you can move pretty quickly and get a lot of shirts done quickly. The biggest cost and the biggest expense is setting up that workstation or those screens, but once you get it going, getting extra shirts in takes literally seconds more. With DTG, you're running that t-shirt through a printer and it's going back and forth, and it doesn't matter if you buy 1 or if you buy 1,000, that machine doesn't move any faster. So therefore there's no benefits in them charging you less the more that you buy. Maybe just because they got the larger order and just the more volume, they're happy to take less revenue per t-shirt because of the higher volume per order, but that's still not something that I've experienced using like Printful, Printify, and some of those other services. Now you should be thinking about how your design's going to be. Our design, this original Proud design, it's still our best-selling design, and one of the reasons for that is because what we're able to do is we're able to offer it in different colors throughout the year. So there's certain colors that we always carry. So some of the basics, this is a sunset, there's some gray, there's an olive, but then there's spring colors and fall colors, the lighter and the darker colors. About every 3 months, I need to place a new order to backfill all the inventory that I've sold. And so now that alone, refilling that order is maybe about 120, 150 shirts. What I can also do is we do a pre-order for about 1 week's time period where we mock up seasonal colors or seasonal cuts, maybe sweatshirts in the winter, different kinds of t-shirts in the summer. We sell those through pre-order, get 30, 40 orders, and now that on top of the existing orders that we need to do to replace the inventory that's been sold often gets us into the next tier, which gets us a cheaper price per unit. So we're able to keep the warehouse stocked, but also offer seasonal items, and we don't have to change anything when it comes to the printing process. The printing machines are all set up. It doesn't matter if it's a t-shirt or a tank top or a sweatshirt. So we're able to use the design to create new limited editions designs, but also refill our inventory, and we take care of all that in the same order. So that's something to think about. Not all of our designs are like this. We definitely have a lot of designs that are only on one color. Maybe we can offer it in different cuts, and that's the other thing that we'll do. We'll make a t-shirt design. If it sells well, then we'll offer it in a tank top, and then if it continues to sell well, then we'll look at maybe some different kinds of tank tops, or again, like the sweatshirts or the heavier long sleeve shirts to offer seasonally to also try to get it down. So you can really take advantage of the volume discounting just normally, but also ways to do different kinds of promotions or different fun things throughout the year, and it's not going to cost you anything extra. I understand it can be scary when you are starting this journey. I was there back in 2017. The first shirt that we made was this Proud shirt in gray. I bought about 75 of them. I've already said that. I was selling them through, pictures on Instagram. Hey, slide into my DM. I was selling them word of mouth. People would see me at the gym, ask about the shirt. I'd have some in my backpack, just sell them that way. You got to start wherever you're going to start. And somebody at the gym, I remember one of my colleagues, somehow it was in conversation, and he was like, "Oh, those t-shirts, they're just in a box shoved under Todd's bed." And I kind of laughed it off, but really inside I was a little embarrassed, because that's exactly what it was. It was just in a box under my bed, and I'd pull them out, pack them up, and shove it back under there. At the time I was embarrassed. I don't know why now. Like, you are where you are, and making fun of people for trying things and trying to better their lives and improve their lives, whatever. There's not much good to say about that. But if you believe in yourself, you can start that way. Or maybe you don't have the confidence, maybe you don't have the $1,000. You can start with direct to garment, and then over time, as your volume starts to increase, you can then start to think, how can you shift it to a way where you can be paying less per unit? And the only way you're going to get that unit cost down, particularly when you buy more, is screen printing. That's never going to happen with the direct to garment printing method, the DTG. Third advantage, the third pro of today, is that you control the fulfillment process. So what do I mean by that? Once a customer orders the t-shirt from your website, if you have printed them in advance, then you are going to be preparing, packing, and shipping out that order. You decide the turnaround time. Maybe it's 24 hours, maybe it's 48, maybe it's 3 to 5 business days, whatever it is, but you decide that. You can decide how it's packaged. You can decide what else is in that package. All of those, relatively speaking, isn't going to be happening with DTG. With the direct to garment, nothing is prepared in advance, so they have to print it, and the print time can be 3 to 5 business days easily from when that order is printed, easily, sometimes up to 2 weeks, and then they're going to ship it out. And then they are going to package it in a way which is going to be probably just folding it and putting it into a plastic bag and then shipping it out. So here, we don't have we market, but we don't have the biggest marketing budget, so we try to do that as much as we can in a cost-effective way. So when our orders come in, we know where they came from. We know if they came from Instagram, we know if they came from Google, we know what they bought, we know where they live, and we know how many times they've ordered, and we use that information to give them relevant information. So first off, we try to get all orders out within 48 hours. 24 is preferable. 48 is a minimum. If it gets up to 72 hours, like no matter what I'm doing, then I need to stop and then go and then get caught up on the orders. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we inspect every item. I know what the item's supposed to look like. Some direct to garment printer does not know what it's supposed to look like. So if artwork is not exactly in the right place, if it's not the right color, if it's not on the right garment, that's stuff that they're not going to easily catch. And that's, for me, I have proof to that to myself, because I have boxes of apparel that I've ordered from there that have come wrong. So you are going to do the quality check. We almost never get a return because of a item's poor quality, because I always will catch that and pull that out, or someone in the warehouse before we ship out. The second thing is we include in the packages relevant marketing. So if you're a first-time buyer, you get a welcome card that gives you a bounce back coupon code to encourage returns. There's some stat, I can't remember, but if a customer buys 2 orders off of you, they are 50% more likely to place a 3rd or 4th order. I don't know if that's exactly right, but I do remember when I was reading it, it was such a staggering amount. Getting that second order really solidifies them as a customer that identifies as being part of your brand. So giving them some sort of bounce back coupon, 15-20% off their next order, is a great way to do that. We have a YouTube channel. Surprise, but we also put a lot of workouts on our YouTube channel. We do bodyweight workouts, we do ab workouts, we do workouts where you use a dumbbell or a kettlebell. So every new customer gets an insert explaining the workouts and encouraging them to go subscribe. That helps us grow our YouTube channel. When we have people that are here in New York City, we know by their address. Every New York City resident gets an insert that explains the workouts that are here in the New York City area and encourages them to come to those workouts. I don't want to be putting that in someone going to California. It's a waste. It's advertising something that they're never going to be able to attend. Instead, the YouTube one might be good for them. All that to just say, you can use that. They're a customer. That is information that they will find very relevant, and they will have much more likely of a chance of converting to a subscription or whatever it is than you just paying, Google AdWords or some Facebook ads or something like that. So there you have it. 3 advantages of screen printing: design assistance, volume discounting, and then you controlling the fulfillment process. Was this helpful? Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Was it helpful? Was it not helpful? Did I miss something? Love to hear from you. If you are interested in shirts, in videos like this, right up here, there's going to be one of our other ones about screen printing onto t-shirts. And then we hopefully come out. It's been a while. If you follow the channel, it's been a while since I've made one, but I've really committed to getting back and getting one of these out every couple weeks. So please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and maybe grab a workout while you're here. Thanks so much. Take care.